personal information, you might need to wait and ask family and friends at home for it. But what we do is you create that application, and then over 1,000 colleges can see it. So you could apply to so many different schools with that one application. But it's also very important when you start applying to those schools, you look at what they themselves want. So some schools need extra criteria, and some schools don't need all the criteria. For example, USJ, you do not need to submit your SATs or ACTs, but for some other schools, you might need to. So make sure when you do that and you add your school, that's what you pay attention to the deadlines, right? And then this just keeps you organized. Your school counselors, once you create the account, are going to have access to it, and they're going to upload your transcripts, help you upload your essay, as well as they're going to upload their letters of recommendation. It's really important to start thinking about who you would want to ask for letters of recommendation, but also ask them in a professional way, so writing them an email. We want to see a letter of rec coming from the school, and then you could also ask a letter of recommendation from a coach, from a place of work, a place of volunteer, and those are all areas that you're going to see in your application. So the main sections of Common App is your profile, so that's basic personal and family information. And then your education, so St. Paul High School, what's your GPA and what's your coursework. When you're filling out your GPA, we also look at your transcripts. We check those before looking at your application GPA. So you want to make sure it's the same thing on your transcripts. And then testing, SAT and ACT, you can narrow down the schools and do your research as well and see which schools need it and which ones don't. If you don't like taking them, then you don't have to apply to schools that need them. But I really suggest taking the SAT or the ACT at least twice. So that's my little recommendation, because you never know what school you're going to end up wanting to go to. And then activities, clubs, sports, jobs, anything volunteer experience. That's really important for us to see, because we like to see what else you're doing when you're not in school and what makes you stand out. And it lets us know, like, if you're going to be a good fit for our school. So that goes for any college. So what brings interest to your university, we can see that through your different activities, and we can also see how you're balancing your life with extracurriculars. So if your grades are showing that they're nice and steady and you're involved in so much, to us, you're going to really much so stand out. Being a teammate for leadership, as well as what leadership qualities are coming through. So those are little things that you could use. And what hobbies and how you spend your time when you're not in the class, that shows us, again, different qualities of you as a person. Again, it's very hard for us to know who you are with not meeting you. So this application needs to really explain that to us. We're like, every day I'm reading everyone's stories multiple times when reading applications. So it's very important to now, this is my piece of advice, start journaling in a notebook what you do and what it is that made you do it and what it is that, how that adds to your life. And when you start journaling all these things, when you're sitting and filling out this application, you're not in that, well, what do I do moment. So start writing things down. If you see that you did something for a volunteer just last week, you could write it down. And when it comes time to pass, August 1st, this application opens, you'll have so much knowledge in this application. And then writing a personal essay. I know you're going to have someone come speak to you about that essay, but again, you can start brainstorming ideas of what you want your essay to be about. So is it something that happened in your life that was very significant to you? Is it a story about you being a captain and how that performs leadership? Is it a story that you want to write and what it brought you to, like who you are today and why you want to do it in your future? Your essay is something special, and it's your story. So, for example, my essay was about a rainbow, and I made every color in the rainbow something about my life, like something significant that happened, because there's layers to a person. So again, that was something that I wrote about. You want to make it special, you want to put time into it, you want to start brainstorming different reasons why you are who you are today. Now, also keep in mind that essay might not be the only thing a school needs. Some other schools are going to ask for specific other essays. So for us, we ask for a Mercy Scholarship essay. We have you write a little paragraph, it's nothing big, and it can give you an opportunity to earn $5,000. You're going to see that when looking at just USJ's application. Other schools are going to ask for other things. But again, they might be asking similar questions, so it's also important to keep those little paragraphs you write in a little Google Doc and save them, so you don't have to keep rewriting things if you don't have to. But again, this is just kind of an overview, so who you are, your academic preparation, your interests and goals, and whether you're a good fit for your college. That's what we're looking for. So some important details. Your social security number helps us match FAFSA applications. If you do not submit your social security or submit the correct one, when you submit FAFSA, we can't match who you are. There are so many people with your name. There's so many. So it's very important because we have kids right now who are going through the application process that are calling me every day saying, why haven't I gotten my official financial aid package? And I say, well, did you submit your social security number? And the majority of the time it's no. Or did you submit the correct one? So that's what a piece of information that I was saying. It's so important to go home today and ask for it when creating the profile, because you don't want to be on hold later on when the whole college process is already so busy for the admissions offices around. So then they can, when you submit the application right away, give you an official package. And then it's also important to not use your school email. Once you graduate college, that email, you're locked out of it completely. It's really important to also use a professional, personal email. I have seen so many emails with so many, footballlover101@gmail.com. This is going to be the email that you're going to want to tuck away. So for me, I use smounsoris@gmail.com. It's professional, it's my name, and that's the email I use for all my college information, conversations with admissions counselors, because you also want all these things documented. You want to keep track of who you spoke to, when you spoke to them, so you know that you're getting all the right information. It's all in that one email. So if it's making a new email just for college, I really recommend doing it. And then your counselors are going to put in their information as well as you're going to put in their information, and we're going to have access into speaking with them as well as them speaking to us. So if it's us needing your senior year first quarter grades, your school counselors will send them to us, if that makes your application process a little stronger. And then senior year, I know it's like your last year, you're getting senioritis, you just want to graduate, be done, start the whole college process, buying college things, but we want to also see growth, and we want to see that you're keeping everything steady. So you do want to take some challenging classes your senior year. You want to make sure that you're putting in that effort to get those good grades, strong grades, and you also want to make sure that you're taking college prep classes, so when you do go to college, maybe you could have 3 credits added to your semester already ahead, or you could also show us that you're ready to take a college level class. So again, keep in mind maybe like an AP psychology or like a UConn class, we do take those credits, and a lot of colleges do, and that's why it's important when you're filling out the application, you show everywhere that you've taken a class, if it's not just St. Paul, and then your school counselors will give us the information. And then I kind of briefed over this, but activities show your college's all of these points: interests, passions, time management skills, leadership, teamwork, and consistent involvement over time. you have this whole summer ahead of you to start thinking about maybe little different volunteer experiences you could start putting yourself in. It's okay if you haven't done anything right now, you still have time. This is why I love talking to juniors, because you have time to start all of these things. And you can start also thinking about, how did those time management skills make me a stronger applicant for college? Because maybe those are questions that other schools are going to ask. And then this also shows responsibility and commitment. So if you are in a job, it might be a job that doesn't deal with anything to do with what you want to do in the future, but it's very important to keep in mind that those jobs show that, again, I see a balance in your life. And then also these experiences may connect you to future jobs. So if you want to go into nursing and you're already a CNA or a PCA and you're working that job over the weekends, then again it shows that you're already working towards your future goal. Okay, so these are application deadlines, and this is where I like to talk and take a minute to just really go over what these actually mean. So do they have notes on their iPad? Like a notes app?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we take out a notes app so we remember this, because I don't want you to forget what each deadline means. Okay, is everyone sort of ready? Alrighty. Raise your hand if you're ready. Start taking notes. Okay, perfect. Early decision. So early decision is a binding agreement. Students, you can apply early, but if you get into that school, and that one school, you have to enroll to that college. So if you have one dream school and that's exactly where you want to go, it shows that school that you have full commitment to them, but it is binding. So if you are not sure that that's the place for you, if you haven't went and really explored the school and the area around it, then early decision may not be for you, but if it is, great, and apply that way. And then early action is a non-binding. So students, you're going to apply early still, and this is usually November 1st to November 5th, and then you can receive your admission decisions way earlier than others. But again, you could still apply to other schools too, and then you could then make your decision earlier than others again. And then regular decision. So regular decision, a lot of students do this. It's the standard college application timeline, and this is usually during January, February, but you're going to receive your decision in March and April, so later. So if you want to know your decision earlier, I recommend doing early decision, and you get ahead of it. But again, knowing that time frame, you have until May 1st worldwide for college to make that decision. So if you're getting decisions around April, you really only have a month to decide, right? And then rolling admission. So this is another popular one. When you apply and submit your application, then you'll receive your decision more at a larger window. So you might, let's say you apply to USJ, tomorrow you'll receive your decision around 2 weeks from now. So that's rolling admission, and that goes until May 1st. There's no deadline for that until the college application process. And your school counselors are going to go over that with you again, but the most important one that I want you to remember is early decision. It is binding, so that means you have to go there if you get in, and that's the only school. And then my advice for you, track your activities. You think about who you want to write your letters of rec for, and then visit any college if possible, and also do research on scholarship opportunities. You're at a Catholic school right now. If you attended St. Paul for 3 years, you receive a huge scholarship from USJ. You've received $30,000 off your tuition every year. That's huge.
So why not?
Yeah. So if you have 25.
25. Okay.
25, yeah, $25,000 every year. That's another scholarship, but $25,000 scholarships every year if you have a 3.0 GPA or higher, as well as attended for at least 3 years. So it used to be a full 4 years, we switched it to 3. And then stay organized with deadlines, because all schools have the same deadline or different ones. And I would also make a list of where you want to apply to college. So after talking to your school counselor, please go to those early junior college prep meetings, because you could see what schools that you have a good chance, which might be a little more competitive chance, but you should still apply. And my other piece of advice is do not let the sticker price scare you from not applying to a college. If a college knows that you want to go there, they're going to work with you to make sure that you feel comfortable with the package at the end of the day. So that's my other little advice. And this is an exciting process. Like, this is a process that no one can take away from you. This is a process where you're going to make the most memories. And then this is the process that's going to get you to your future job, your future dream job. And during that time, it might change 1,000 times, but go in with what you think that you want to do for your future. And you can always go in undecided as well, and you can declare a major once you're at that school, college or university. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do now, does anyone have any questions? Okay, I have some little notes to go through with you. First, if you have alumni that went to a college, it's important to let us know that. It doesn't guarantee you a yes to the school, but it also does show that you have a passion and like your family's a legacy there, so please let us know that information, any school that you apply to, as well as if you have any faculty or your family is any faculty at colleges that can provide some scholarship opportunities for you. So again, make sure that you let us know that information. It will make a difference if you let us know earlier. Again, that's going for any school, any college or university that you might want to attend. Alrighty, so can everyone search up Common App application? And it's okay that if you don't have your social security numbers or you're not sure of it, you can fill that part out when you get home. This is just the start. This is just the first step you're doing for college. But it's a very important one. This one's the one that opens the doors to 1,000 schools. Is everyone in? No? Okay, no worries.
It might kick some people out just because we're all trying to get on Wi-Fi, but
No problem.
you can always start and then
Yeah.
you can catch back up.
How does everyone feel if I start showing you how to do it? Good? Okay. Alrighty, so you're going to press create account because you've never ever created an account before, right? You're going to press create account and it's going to load.
And it's really important, guys, as she's going through this, right, we all might be on different parts of it, but once you create your account, you need to make sure you remember it. You should not be creating a second account just because you forget your password in 2 weeks.
Yes, you need to write down your email and your password. It gets really confusing if I see 7 Sophia Mansouris's as an application. I don't know which one to look at and which one has the correct information. Like, I have no idea. I could apply 7 times to USJ, but with 7 different majors, which one am I actually looking at, right? So you want to make sure you put that all the same. And if you make an account today with me, you are writing the password and the email down today with me. Alrighty. So you're a first year student because as of right now you're juniors in high school. So you're going to press first year student. And then you're going to use a personal professional email.
Do not use your school email.
If you use your school email, you are then locked out once you graduate. And you will not be able to get into your portal or receive your actual college email when applying. When you register for classes, it's a huge, huge hiccup. So make sure you use the right one.
And if you don't have a professional appropriate email, you can always just follow along. And when you get home today or while you're sitting here, you can make a Gmail account.
Okay.
And then go ahead and create an account.
Yes. So that's okay if you do not have one, but just take notes, and anything that stands out, like this section right here, you're planning to start college in 2027. You're not starting this year, you're not starting the year after, you're planning to start here. So that's something that you're gonna click right there. And then legal first given name. If you like to be called something different other than your legal name, you're going to press yes, and then you're going to write it. If not no, then press no. And then your last name. And then your date of birth. So mine's December 30th, 2003. Alrighty, so your address, you can go back in and edit it if it does change. And then also if your address is different than your, like where you get your mail, like if you get it at a post office, you're gonna also add separately the post office to receive your mail. Because we also will send you pamphlets and information, and most important is your official financial aid package and your official scholarship package from the school. So if you do get a different mailing area, please put that into your application. Alright, so my address. It'll pop up. And this is where I get my mail, so are you currently based in European Union country, Iceland, and then that's no. Would you like to receive Common App application, like little, text messages? I would say yes. It's good to know all the info coming in from your colleges, and it'll also notify you when it's, because you did say up here 2027, once August 1st hits, it'll give you a reminder that you can start adding your colleges. You can always, again, change that, but as of right now, I would really recommend saying yes, because you don't want to ever fall behind. And then by checking this box, I read this on Friday, and I would check it and say yes, but again, if you don't feel comfortable just yet, and I know that you're junior, so you're probably not 18 yet, so you might not be able to check it right now. So again, this is a hiccup that might happen, but when you get home, again, you can also look at it with your guardians.
All right, so I see some people actually got in, which is fantastic. So once you're in right now, what I want everybody to do is make sure that you know what email you use and what password you use, and put it like in your notes app, put it somewhere, or save it, whatever you have to do, but make sure that you have that account information.
Can you put it can you write it down on everyone have paper? Because you're gonna also not have this forever.
Right. Well, they will.
Yeah, well, they will for these tablets carry on for the. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
So it can be saved, but
Yeah.
have it somewhere else just in case.
Yes, just in case. Alrighty, so is everyone who isn't in, right? Okay. So this is where you're gonna start your process of filling out all your information. So you see how there's the writing part? That's where you're gonna submit your essay, your activities. That's where you're gonna list what activities have you done. So who here is an athlete? Okay, perfect. So right now, in your notes app, write down what sport you play. And then, who here has ever done a volunteer experience? Raise your hand. So then that's something you're going to put in there. Who here has completed a job that's away from school, like you work at Dairy Queen or something? Perfect. So those are things that you could list as activities. Testing. You haven't done your SATs or ACTs just yet, I assume?
Some might have.
Some might have, okay. But for those who have, and you can put your first attempt in there, again, I really suggest doing it at least twice, even if you're going to apply to schools that might not have it. Education, St. Paul High School. How many years have you attended and any prior education? So who has been here all years? Raise your hand. Who has been here for 3 years? Raise your hand. So then again, if you've been here for 4, just St. Paul. If you've been here for 3, it's very important to put prior schools. We need to see everywhere you attended. We cannot accept you or read your application if we do not have transcripts from your prior school. And then family information, that's a section that you're going to have to complete when you're home because you don't want to put misinformation on here. And then your profile. So my profile right now is in progress. So let's go look at what that